Hello everyone, this is Deepali and you are watching my channel English with Deepali. Today I am going to tell you how you can reduce using fillers. Are you the one who want to learn English and who want to speak English fluently without using fillers? So you have clicked on the right video. So without any further ado, let's get into video. If you are learning any language and if you want to sound like a native speaker, so you should speak slowly. That will going to definitely help you to reduce your fillers. If I have I shared if I shared my story, so yes, I have also practiced my communication skills by this trick. I was speaking fast English and because of that I used to use lots of fillers, but with practice I worked on my fillers, and that is how I'm trying to use less fillers. And second point is that why we use fillers. When we learn any language or we think that we are speaking wrong English, or we are going to forget the next thought or words or vocabulary, that time we tend to use fillers, and that is totally fine if you are using fillers. In I have seen lots of podcasters, even they use fillers. So I will also tell you why they use fillers and why it's important to use fillers sometimes. So third point is that listening to good speakers or native speakers. If you are listening to English podcast, that time you can see that how they are speaking, you can observe their speech, you can observe how they are speaking, you can pick up their speaking style. You will work on your sentence formation, grammar and vocabulary and many more. So if you are the one who are enthusiastic about learning this language, so start to listen to English podcast. Why I'm saying you this? Even I am doing this practice and I love to listen to podcast. And even English content, maybe it's movie, maybe it's songs or whatever it is. If you enjoy watching interviews, you can do that. And fourth point is that create your own environment in English. If you are the one who want to learn English and you don't have that environment, so you should create your own environment. Isn't it challenging to creating environment even you don't have anyone who can speak in English? So if you ask me the same question, so earlier it was, but now it isn't. Why I'm saying this, it is not a big issue or it is not a big challenge for today's learner if you for creating the environment, English environment, especially English environment. So the big thing is that we have social media, we have internet, we can search good information about spoken English, and uh, we can search on different topics. We can practice with people. We can practice alone. We can ask feedbacks to ChatGPT. So there are the many things that one can do alone. Practicing alone. Yes, practicing alone going to help you lots. It will not only help you to build your confidence, it will even help you to speak English fluently and confidently. Your facial expression will definitely going to improve lots. There are many more things that you can practice alone. You can practice different topics. If you are enthusiastic about interviews, you can listen to English podcasts, English interviews. Maybe you can watch movies, songs, whatever it is. Or you can even sing along with that singer. So that is how you can use different technique and you can practice alone. So now I am going to share my story. When I started my spoken English journey, that time I was feeling hesitant, I was underconfident, and that time I was using lots of fillers. And unknowingly, I didn't have an idea that I was using fillers, and it was like okay for me. But if you are a beginner and if you want to learn this language, and if you are not aware that you are using fillers, so that time you need someone who can correct you. And it is so much frustrating if you don't have anyone who can correct you. At the same time, you want to send your message and you want to learn this language. You also want feedbacks. You also want to know that where you're making mistakes and where you need to improve. The area of improvement plays the important role in spoken English, and you must know the pattern of making mistakes. If you are aware of the mistakes that you make, and definitely you are going to work on that pattern. You will work on that mistakes that you always make. But it is a big problem for people that how can I give feedback to myself, and how do I know that I'm using fillers or not. So there are the many ways that you can try. You can ask people whom can you connect. You can ask them feedback that can you please give me feedback on my speech, how I'm speaking. And even you can ask them the area of improvement that you need to work on it, and how your facial expressions looks like, and many more things. Even you can use ChatGPT. You can ask ChatGPT that where you making mistakes, where you need to improve, and how you can work on it as well. So ChatGPT will give you the numerous summary of it, and it will definitely going to help you in your spoken English journey. So as I mentioned that English is a language, and anyone can learn this language, and you need to be consistent. You need to do regular practice if you are consistent in this language. So you can see that I will not tell you, and I don't want to lie with you that you will become fluent speaker overnight. It is not possible, and it is a white lie. I don't want to lie with you all, but the thing is that you need to have patience. If you have that patience, so definitely you can see that with time you will start to reduce your mistakes, and that mistakes will uh, going to help you to not make another mistake. And even if you are making mistake, it is the proof that you are on the path of improvement, because if there are no mistakes, there are no improvement. And I am going to tell you some topics that you can practice on regular basis. You can talk on any topic. If you are a beginner, you can start with your daily routine. So you can tell yourself routine, and you can tell the routine in three tenses: simple present tense, simple past tense, and future tense. And that is how you can practice your tenses along with your sentence structure. And you can try to make small sentences. If you are making small sentences, try to rectify that mistakes, and try to recollect that own sentences into correct way. And you can do another thing is that you can ask ChatGPT that okay ChatGPT, I'm going to tell you my today's routine. So you can ask ChatGPT that I want to tell you about my today's routine, and what did I do yesterday, and many more things. So you can ask the feedbacks to ChatGPT. So definitely ChatGPT will going to help you and correct you in the tenses that you are going to express yourself. And even you are the one who want to improve your vocabulary, and you think that you are using lots of fillers and using the wrong vocabulary at wrong place. So you should do different practice as well. If you are using any vocabulary and you do not have any idea that where you need to use that vocabulary, so before using that vocabulary you can practice that vocabulary. You can make different sentences, and use that sentences in daily routine, and uh, try to relate that and try to relate that vocabulary to your real life situations. If you are using that vocabulary into your real life situations, so you are not going to forget that vocabulary for long. Why do we use fillers when we are new in any language and we don't know any word from that language? So that time we have that underconfidence, and we don't have confidence at all, and we feel hesitant to making mistakes. And because of that, now we try to speak correct. We force oneself to speak English correctly. and because of that thing we keep making mistake and we keep using fillers. It's okay to use fillers. Using fillers is not an crime. And if you are using fillers, try to take pause and replace that fillers into pauses. With time you might think that pauses are becoming fillers, but it's okay. With practice, that pauses which looks like fillers will also reduce with practice. But you should not be worried about lots of fillers. Even native speakers use fillers. As I earlier mentioned, that if you are enthusiastic about listening to podcasts, that time you have mentioned, and you might observe that native speakers they use fillers as a part of language, as a part of sentence. So that is not a big thing that you are using fillers and that you don't have command over this language. Even if you are using fillers, so it is totally fine, but you should know that where should you use fillers. And it's okay to use fillers sometimes, but not every time. Otherwise you will feel irritated of it, and you will lose the interest in speech. And often we don't like to listen to people who use fillers, but when the fillers looks like a natural flow, that time you can use it and it doesn't look like you are using lots of fillers. It becomes the part of sentence. So in this video I have shared lots of things about using fillers and replacing fillers as pauses, and with time even that pauses will not look like fillers. With consistent practice you will learn to not use fillers or dots. Overall, it is all about consistent practice and patience. And I also want, please appreciate the mistakes you are making, and please appreciate your hard work that you are making toward this language. If you are practicing regularly and if you are learning this language, so making mistakes and using fillers, it is totally normal. And if you are working on your mistakes, so definitely you can work on it as well, and you can see the tremendous change in your speech. And I hope that you like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and see you in next video. And if you have any queries about spoken English, you can ask me in comment section. I will give my 100% to solve your queries. And see you in next video. Till then, bye bye.